Dude, he's so big now. Have you seen him? You seen the most recent? Put some photos on Instagram of him training, and he took pictures of him with his shirt off. And you're like, what? Jesus Christ. He looks like he's about 250 now, something like that. And he's a big giant dude. He's always been a big giant dude, but he's like super muscled out now. That dude's gigantic now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
terrifying.
That's gigantic. He's so much bigger than he was when he first started. When he first started kickboxing, he was this long, tall, thin guy. Because he started, like some of his early fights that I've seen, during the K1 days even, he was way skinnier.
Start your day with a big obstacle, and you conquered it. An amazing recovery tool, as well mentally as it is physically.
As Rico Verhoeven prepares for a possible showdown with Alexander Usyk, Joe Rogan has reacted with amazement to Rico's massive physique, strength, and intimidating size.
Just a sea of killers. Rico Verhoeven, the guy who's the champ right now.
He's the man.
Oh, he's an animal. He's an animal.
Remember that guy? He beat that guy with killing everybody.
With Mike Tyson in his corner, Rico Verhoeven is training with intense focus and aggression as he prepares for a possible clash with Alexander Usyk. The atmosphere around camp suggests Rico is determined to surprise the boxing world when he finally steps into the ring.
He's kill or be killed. That guy is just die on his shield. Reckless.
Yeah.
He's wired
Reckless.
different. Yeah, he comes from blood. And the thing is, what you were saying, Mike, people love you when you do your best. And that's why they love him. Like, they know that guy's ready to go out on his shield. He's no quit. He's going out on his shield. He goes to war. And sometimes they get him, and sometimes he gets them. And he used to get them a lot more when he was younger, but that's just
nature of the beast.
That's just fight.
For his part, Rico Verhoeven looks fully confident and prepared, making it clear that he sees facing Alexander Usyk as a serious challenge, but one he is ready to embrace without hesitation.
For me, it was like, why not accept the challenge? Like you said, he's considered arguably like one of the best boxers to ever do it. So what an honor and what an opportunity I have. I've conquered everything within the sport of kickboxing, and now getting the opportunity to do it within the sport of boxing, I love it. Like, never get comfortable.
Ahead of Rico Verhoeven stands the massive challenge of testing himself against Alexander Usyk, widely considered one of the greatest boxers of this era. To prepare for that possibility, Rico is training intensely and focusing heavily on improving his boxing skills. The hand speed from Rico Verhoeven has looked explosive in training, adding even more hype as he prepares for a massive moment on May 23rd at the Pyramids of Giza. Fans believe he is training to shock the combat sports world with a statement performance. Rico Verhoeven appears to be improving every day, showing off a fully ripped physique while unleashing fast and powerful combinations on the heavy bag during training sessions. Despite all the hype surrounding Rico Verhoeven, Alexander Usyk appears completely unfazed, continuing to train hard and insisting he feels no pressure facing a larger opponent like Rico.
Well, not pressure, because I just work. Listen, maybe a lot of people say you feel pressure. No, I just work. For me, I do it what I do. Now, no.
Greedy Belly, he fought on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is that still a fight you want, Greedy Belly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rico Verhoeven continues to push his training to another level, with Joe Rogan calling him a beast and a killer because of his size, movement, and intensity. However, Shane McGuigan strongly disagrees with the hype, insisting Rico would have no real chance against Oleksandr Usyk in a boxing match. McGuigan believes the difference in pure boxing skill is simply too great, arguing that Usyk operates on a completely different level as a master technician of the sport.
Yeah, I feel like there's levels to this game. As a kickboxer, he's always going to be up against the guy who's a master at boxing. I don't think he's got a chance.
On the other side, David Allen revealed that he sparred Rico Verhoeven back in 2014 and came away impressed by his boxing ability. According to Allen, Rico showed solid skills, good movement, and genuine talent in the ring, which gives fans another perspective on his potential against Oleksandr Usyk at the same time. Allen admitted he finds it unusual that Rico is being linked to a major sanctioned title-level fight despite not holding boxing rankings or championships. He suggested that the situation raises questions about how such a matchup is being positioned within the sport.
He's a good boxer. I sparred Rico years ago. And he can box. I sparred in 2014. And he can box. But it was one pro fight, I think, at a lower level and won it. Possibly, I don't know much about kickboxing. I'm told he's one of the best kickboxers in history. Great. But how this can get sanctioned for a world heavyweight, a genuine bona fide heavyweight championship belt, I'm not sure. What about the top 15 rankings? What about mandatories? What about... Yeah, I don't get it.
Explaining his view further, David Allen said Rico Verhoeven should probably not receive a title shot at this stage of his boxing career. Still, based on their past sparring, Allen believes Rico is a legitimate fighter with real toughness and ability. However, Allen feels the biggest issue is the level of competition, since facing Oleksandr Usyk would mean stepping in against one of the greatest heavyweights of this era. He also questioned whether Rico could survive the full 12 rounds, suggesting the fight could end much earlier because of the huge gap in elite boxing experience.
And he's a very big man, great athlete, strong. He has very, very good boxing. And if I would have fought Rico, I'd fancy getting the job done in a real fight because of the experience in boxing. But he can fight, he definitely can fight. You know, around British title level, he'd give anyone a scrap. He's a good fighter. But he's fighting possibly one of the best heavyweights of all time. And he's a very big man. He's tough. Will he last 12? You wouldn't have thought so. No.
Adding his perspective, Max Kellerman noted that combat sports history has already shown that kickboxers can successfully transition into boxing under the right circumstances. He pointed to Vitaly Klitschko, who came from a kickboxing background before becoming a heavyweight world champion and later mayor of Kiev. Kellerman also mentioned Dillian Whyte and his kickboxing roots, arguing that fighters with the right mentality and experience should never be dismissed completely. While many still favor Oleksandr Usyk heavily, Kellerman believes Rico Verhoeven should not be written off entirely because unusual transitions in combat sports have succeeded before.
I'm interested. There's a long history of fighters who started in kickboxing and went on to have a lot of success in boxing. Let me give a few names. How about Vitaly Klitschko? Vitaly Klitschko by the way, Vitaly Klitschko was never behind at the end of every professional fight he ever had. He was always up on every scorecard. Think about that for a second. He got stopped on cuts against Lennox. He was up on the cards. He had to stop against Bird. He threw out his shoulder. He was up on the cards. He was never down on the cards at the end of any fight. Kickboxer. Dillian Whyte started in kickboxing. Jarrell Miller, big baby, started in kickboxing.
He probably here for a year or two.
Got the hair kicked off his head, apparently.
He was a good kickboxer.
Max Kellerman also pointed to more examples of fighters successfully transitioning from kickboxing into boxing, including Chris Algieri and Caleb Plant, both of whom had kickboxing backgrounds before finding success in boxing. Kellerman believes Rico Verhoeven could still surprise people, especially because of his size, power, and combat experience. However, he stressed that if Oleksandr Usyk enters the fight fully focused, the chances of a major upset remain very small.
Chris Algieri, who is a good fighter, by the way, fought with Manny Pacquiao, hell of a broadcaster now. Chris Algieri, kickboxer. Caleb Plant, Troy Dorsey, kickboxer. Remember Troy Dorsey and Kevin Kelly had an incredible fight. There are lots of kickboxers who've made the transition. And look, I'm not trying to hype it up.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
If Usyk takes this fight seriously, Verhoeven has no shot. I'm telling you, there's no way he's going to be. If he takes the fight seriously, but we have seen boxers like Floyd Mayweather and Tyson Fury not be prepared for the fight. This guy is 270 pounds.
He's not that guy, though.
And he already has a professional fight.
I will come drop kick you. Stop this. We know how it's going to go. If they train or don't train, Usyk's going to win.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
And if he trains or doesn't train, Usyk's going to win.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't train, maybe it could be interesting.
At the same time, Max Kellerman warned that Rico Verhoeven could make a major mistake if he relies too heavily on kickboxing habits and predictable combinations against Oleksandr Usyk. Kellerman explained that a master boxer like Usyk would quickly read those patterns, counter them with timing and movement, and take control of the fight. In his view, Rico would need to fully adapt to pure boxing fundamentals and abandon many kickboxing instincts if he wants any realistic chance of competing with Usyk at the highest level.
Look, we know that Usyk is going to win as long as everything goes according to plan.
Right.
But I give Rico this. Kickboxing is not UFC or wrestling. He's not doing different stances. It's not like he's an expert at wrestling. He's an expert at stand-up fighting.
But when I say 52 hand blocks, I say that for a reason. He uses a kind of hand blocking style which will work, but not against the highly trained professional boxer.
Hey, Zab Jr. used it to pretty good effects in a lot of fights.
By the way, I never seen Yoel do it, but I'll bet you Yoel got 52 hand blocks.
But
like he's going to need he needs 104 hand blocks against.
Even former kickboxers and boxing analysts are struggling to give Rico Verhoeven much chance against Oleksandr Usyk. Across the boxing world, many professionals believe that while Rico may dominate in kickboxing, facing a boxer of Usyk's level is an entirely different challenge. Chris Algieri added that Usyk's elite movement, timing, and ring IQ would likely neutralize many of Rico's biggest strengths before they could become effective. In his opinion, even Rico's physical size advantage would probably not be enough to change the outcome against a master technician like Usyk.
Does Rico Verhoeven have any shot to beat Alexander Usyk in this fight?
No. If it was Anthony Joshua, I would be like, yeah, maybe. Usyk, no. He doesn't get hit. And you're taking away some of his main weapons. It's kickboxing. You're taking away half of his weapons. So, and he's not a big puncher. Yes, he's a big guy. He's a very big guy. He's tall, he's big, he's heavy. He's gonna have the size advantage for sure on Usyk. He's super tough and scrappy and tricky, all of that. But it's Alexander Usyk. If it was anybody else, I would be like, yeah, there's a shot. It's heavyweights. Anything can happen. One punch is one punch in the heavyweight division. But it's
in as much or as little detail as you're going to. From the first bell, what are you gonna do?
Knock his head off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm, like you said, I'm like 55 pounds heavier. So as soon as I hit him, it's gonna be something different.
You're gonna knock his head off?
Of course.
I think he's only been knocked down once. He's never been knocked, and that was a low blow. He's never been knocked down. You're going to have to go some, Rico.
Oh, what an opportunity I have here. I'm going to shock the world in front of the pyramids in this crazy scene. It's like, oh my God, I love it. That's why I'm so
Listen, I think he's going to get absolutely ironed out. That's the truth. But I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you're fighting Alexander Usyk. You know what I mean? Someone who's beat Joshua, beat Fury, not only once, but twice. And it's too much of an ask, you know what I mean? He has got a puncher's chance, we all have, but whether that chance will actually come to fruition, I don't really think it will.